AOH coming to you from Vesuvios, San Francisco. Speaking of San Francisco, what the fuck is wrong with the Warriors?
I don't care that they won that preseason game. Anthony Davis is going to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. Can the Warriors sign one guy over 6'10"? Like AD's the third biggest guy on his team. Speaking of AD, that brings us to today's episode.
And straight up said Anthony Davis was now the face of the franchise.
This is a quick episode, another chapter of the Little Big Things. I just want to put some emphasis on how Nick Wright and Stephen A. Smith didn't miss an opportunity to influence the viewers by telling them lies.
What LeBron is saying is we need Anthony Davis to be the best player.
Yes.
Tell me one time AD has not been the best player on the Lakers.
Because LeBron is saying, yo, dog, this is my 21st year. Can I get a break? Can somebody other than me step up?
The memory of LeBron fans must be so short that these assholes like Stephen A. Smith and Nick Wright, etc., can just pretend like last year didn't happen at all. Like LeBron didn't single-handedly lose the playoffs for his team. And start the next season with, will LeBron get any help?
Can I get a break?
For those who actually watch the game in critical detail, you know that Anthony Davis has been the best player for the Lakers since Anthony Davis got there. As long as Stephen A. Smith is going to be so ridiculous as to say LeBron is asking if anyone else could please step up.
Can somebody other than me step up?
Just change the wording. Could LeBron try standing up? The summary of last year's season is LeBron on the ground while the Lakers play without him. And play better without him, I might add.
He gets up, Reeves a three-pointer, bangs it in! It's a two-point game!
Just stay down or go to the bench and your star-studded team will take care of it for you. Don't worry, ESPN, aka Clutch Sports, will make sure to tell the world that you were the reason that your team even had a fighting chance, no matter what you fucking do. I mean, we're talking about a guy who, when I watch, shoot, I think, is this a professional basketball player? And he has a team full of three-point shooters better than him. Hell, Anthony Davis is a better three-point shooter than he is, while being a better defender, passer, finisher. Look at Shannon Sharp's face. He's so happy you would think that he was getting the bukkake treatment from 7 different LeBrons fucking jizzing on him at the same time. God damn, Shannon is disgusting. Carry, and brick.
Not only has AD carried LeBron's sorry ass, but when the stats are semi-comparable, you have to look at how LeBron gets his stats, with bullshit points such as this, and bullshit rebounds such as this. Assists, anyone with AD on their team can accumulate assists.
Look at L Worthless. Gee, too bad AD doesn't play D as diligently as you do. Look at L Puff on hands. This is what a worthless player looks like. This is what deadweight looks like. Just get to the side, get out of the way, watch your teammates carry you, and then go to the ESPYs and tell everyone that you're not quitting until you can't leave everything on the floor. Lucky us, right? Another year of watching this inspiring garbage. Get out the way. Get out the way, LeBron. Your teammates will do it for you as usual. I remember people last year talking about how incredible Kevon Looney was because of his 20 rebounds. How about getting 20 rebounds and 30 points? I'd like to see LeBron win with Kevon Looney while the Warriors get Anthony Davis. Oh, look, it's LeBron's career if he was called for traveling and offensive fouls and wasn't allowed to use steroids. Looking good, LeBron. Just one of many things that makes it mind-blowing to me that LeBron fans, well, can be fans of this guy at all. LeBron essentially constantly lets everyone know that he can't do it and that he needs other superstars to carry the burden for him. LeBron is like the cleanup crew. He gets the easy buckets. He gets the easy assists. He gets the easy rebounds. He gets the easy defensive assignment. He gets to be a spot-up three-point shooter, even though he's a shitty three-point shooter. LeBron is the most glorified role player ever. But the fact that his agent whom is his good buddy, Rich Paul, going all the way back to 2002. They basically started together, you know, to say that LeBron James is not part of Clutch Sports, even though he came into the league at the very same time that Clutch Sports came into existence, which happened to be founded by his friend, but couldn't have existed without LeBron James becoming his client. To say that LeBron James is not essentially that very company is ludicrous. And then, hey, LeBron James says, I want Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis signs with Clutch Sports. Rich Paul and Anthony Davis tell the Pelicans, Anthony Davis isn't going to play for you anymore. And there's only one place he's willing to go, and that's the Lakers. Huh. And this isn't something that I made up. It sounds so disgusting that you would think it's something that a LeBron hater would make up. But no, it really happened. And in fact, there are articles to show you that it happened because Anthony Davis was fined $50,000 for doing this, violating a collectively bargained rule prohibiting players or their representatives from making public trade demands. Wow, $50,000. That's really going to deter NBA players from making such demands. Wow. And by the way, that's the maximum that the NBA can fine. So it doesn't get worse than that. Oh no. In a league where no one wants to earn it anymore, and everybody's off season, it's just a matter of who they can assemble. Oh my God. You're going to have to raise these fines to like $1 million to get them to even pay attention. I've heard the whole, oh, Luke Longley, the missing chapter from The Last Dance. Are you fucking kidding me? Luke Longley isn't in the top billion big men in NBA history. Nice guy? Yeah, I watched the little mini documentary. I'm sure he's a great guy. He did a respectable job most of the time, maybe half the time. You trying to compare having a serviceable center that just doesn't fuck up too often to having Anthony Davis, one of the greatest ever? And he's not even, I understand he's not officially a center, but come on. When you've got a guy like that and he doesn't even have to play the center position, that shows you what an absurd advantage your team has. Let me tell you something about Luke Longley and him deserving his own chapter. The first championship that the Bulls won, that Michael Jordan and the Bulls won, got 5 total minutes in that 10-part series. But Luke Longley gets his own fucking chapter? The first championship, Bulls versus Lakers. Look at the corner. That's when the coverage begins. And then here's where they're celebrating. Roughly 5 minutes of the entire 10-part series. But yeah, Luke fucking Longley deserves his own chapter. Again, this isn't about me not liking Luke Longley. This is me responding to you guys saying dumb crap like Luke Longley needing his own chapter. That's the equivalent of me saying that Joel Anthony deserves his own chapter in one of the many LeBron documentaries that I'm sure LeBron is funding the production of as we speak. Every off season is about getting LeBron more help, Every mid-season, every trade deadline, get LeBron more help. This guy has to be carried, and yet then I have to listen to Stephen A. Smith say that he's the best player on the Lakers. These are just a few examples of the many advantages that LeBron James requires and still doesn't even make the playoffs much of that time. Anthony Davis would absolutely destroy Luke Longley. Longley might outweigh Davis. Longley doesn't have Davis's skill set. He doesn't have Davis's blocking ability. He doesn't have Davis's outside shooting, mid-range shooting, close-range shooting. I'll tell you this much. Even if you want to pretend that Anthony Davis isn't the best player on the Lakers, that Anthony Davis didn't carry LeBron James, that Anthony Davis doesn't give someone who is supposedly one of the all-time greats an unfair advantage on top of the already stacked team that he had to work with, even if you don't want to believe that any of that is true, I'll tell you this much. You can't even make an argument that anyone on Michael's team was close to carrying the team the way that he did. Did anyone on Michael's team ever even score more points than him? Ever? In his entire career? Like, pre-Wizards, I think it happened twice ever. And this is Michael Jordan still with assists and blocks and rebounds. And being double-teamed. LeBron James has the advantage of his teammates getting doubled because they're better than he is, leaving him open for easy baskets while he still miraculously gets to take credit at the end of these games. Apparently, AD is okay with all of this, the same way that AD is okay with doing the heavy lifting while LeBron comes over and does the shit talking. LeBron, get out of the picture. AD is responsible for this, not you. Look at the size of LeBron. Don't tell me he doesn't look as big as Anthony Davis there. Why is he always guarding little dudes? You know, in no way, shape, or form do I think that NBA players, particularly today's NBA players, are models for ethics or morality. But this becomes intolerable when people want to pretend that LeBron James is those things. You constantly hear his moronic fan base talking about how wonderful he is and all the things he does off the floor, not to mention that they claim he's the greatest of all time. Why does the greatest of all time need to do so much recruiting of the elite players in the league? So much so that he's willing, he and his best friend Rich Paul are willing to break the NBA's rules to make it happen. How about competing, you goddamn chicken shit? Pretty much all of these talk shows get on the same wavelength at the same time. They don't even have the nerve to contradict each other. Like, currently, everybody is saying that Giannis is the best player in the league. That's interesting. Okay, Giannis is the best player in the league. Yet Anthony Davis outdueled the best player, and yet Anthony Davis not only isn't considered the best player in the league, he's not even considered the best player on the Lakers. He isn't even given the credit of carrying LeBron. That's fucking delusional. But Stephen A., like most of these guys, is incredibly inconsistent. So last season, at one point, he said that Giannis is great, but he ain't no Kevin Durant, putting Kevin Durant above Giannis. So those are the top two. And where's LeBron? Because the next time that you hear Stephen A. Smith open his absurd mouth, he'll be telling you that LeBron James is the best player in the league. If LeBron is so great, then why was the narrative for every round of the playoffs focused on what Anthony Davis was going to be able to do against the next team? Everyone knows LeBron doesn't ever get matched up against the toughest assignment. And in between telling the world that LeBron is the best, these same analysts are saying you can't expect much out of LeBron at this age. He can give you some in spurts. The most I can hope for this 2023-2024 season is for LeBron James to try to play a lot, because that will keep the more talented people that should be playing on the bench while he fucks it up for the Lakers.
Somebody